Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala rasulihil kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Today, inshallah ta'ala, instead of the hadith, we are doing what we missed actually yesterday, and I apologize for that because I just want to do journey through Quran today because this is the week 34. We have taken a quiz, as you know, up to week 30th. The last quiz was up to week 30th. So 31, 32, 34. Whatever we are covering today, inshallah ta'ala, we'll have a quiz. Maybe next week, if not, if some brothers say maybe we can do a week after that. So next week we'll have a talk about this, but that won't be included. So the week after that, so we have 2 weeks to prepare for only four lessons, like 4 talks. And our brother Mustafiz will upload the video today. So all 4 videos will be available in the YouTube, and also we'll try to provide the study material, inshallah ta'ala. So 31, 32, 33, 34. So we'll have a quiz, inshallah ta'ala, and then we'll go after that from there. So today is Ayah from 159 to 171, and here we are still talking about the Battle of Uhud. As we said that, the last part of the Al-Imran, most of the last part, actually up to another 3-4 verses, actually Ayah, we have the talk about the Battle of the Uhud, the pre-battle commentary, inside the battle, what happened, when Rasulullah called the people behind them, they left, some of them left him and go. There is a rumor that, he passed away. All these things we have discussed so far. So today is the comment. The ayah started with 159, and this is a very, very important ayah. And there's so much to learn from this ayah in our life. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam especially that how to deal with these people who has disobeyed him in the Battle of Uhud. We all know the story, the basic story of Battle of Uhud. So basically, the battle started. Muslims were winning. They were, annihilating the enemies. So they are taking the advantage of the enemies, and the enemies were running away. We all know this thing. What happened on the mountain top? There were a few archers were settled down with an amir. So there was an amir appointed to them, and they misunderstood what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam interpreted, like what Rasulullah instructed them before. Rasulullah said, don't come down even if you saw us, that birds is eating from our corpse, from our dead body, even after that don't come until I call you. So you stay there. But they understood it in a different way. They are also Sahaba. And as you all know that we have the ayah before, that Allah already forgave them. So there is no sin for them. It has been forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no one else to judge them and what to do and what not to do. But it is a misunderstanding. And if you think properly actually, Rasulullah said that if you see our dead body is there and birds is coming eating from our dead body, then you don't come. The whole picture that Rasulullah gives is a picture of, if you want to think that way, that when the Muslims are lost and they're dead, that time don't come. But the people on the top mountain top, some of them, not all of them, they understood that we are winning. And winning by nature is a natural thing in our human mind, that when your own team wins, you like to go and take part in that. It's not like all the Sahaba was going down for the war booty, the ganima. No, it's not like that. Yes, that is a part of that, but we cannot say that way, because Allah didn't mention that they went for a ganima. What Allah said that they went for what they love. Ma tuhibbun. Ma means whatever they love. And when we saw a game, like a game of cricket or football or soccer, whatever it is, if our team is winning, although we are not taking part, we are probably sitting in front of the TV, but still we are cheering up. And there's some kind of energy comes into us. Why do we do that? Because it's our team. That is the nature that when a victory happens. So the Sahaba on the top of the mountain, they saw that we are winning, and they want to rejoice that winning, and they get down. But their problem, the sin that they committed, that's why Allah said, I forgive them. When Allah forgives something, definitely they made a mistake. So the mistakes has been established, but it has been forgiven. And what is the mistake? Because they had a amir, they had a leader on there. The 20, 30 people, whoever, 70 people were there. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed an amir there, and they disobeyed him because the amir said not to go down. And in another authentic hadith, Rasulullah said, whoever obeyed me, he obeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever disobeyed me, he disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever obeyed the amir of the group, he obeyed me. And whoever disobeyed the amir of that group, he disobeyed me. So basically, if we follow Rasulullah, we follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we don't follow Rasulullah, we don't follow the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we have an Amir in front of you, or the Khalifa, whatever you call that, we should follow them. And that is the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now here in this ayah, I just give the introduction because the background. So Allah is telling here that by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in your heart, in the heart of Rasulullah, Allah give the mercy and rahmah to nice to them. If you had been severe and harsh-hearted with them, to whom? To the people who disobeyed them. If you are harsh-hearted with them, they will be broken away. The English word is broken away actually, but the word is here, faddu. Faddu means actually in Arabic, if you go through the real meaning of the word, it means when a glass broke, if suppose you have a glass in your hand and you drop the glass is broken. You cannot put them back together. So it is broken in such a way, the word means that, something that broken in such a way that cannot be come together so quickly. So Allah is saying that if you've been harsh-hearted with them, they would have go away from Islam and from you in such a way that probably they will never come back to you. So Allah is telling this one, and then He said, so pass over their faults. So pass and ask forgiveness for them. Not forgive them. Ask you, Rasulullah sallallahu you raise your hand to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive them. So see how much Allah is covering them up basically, and then they consult them in affairs. Imagine the people who made a mistake. Because of them, so many Sahaba was killed. Because of them, Hamza, people like Hamza, Musab ibn Umar, all this were killed. Allah is telling Rasulullah, next time, first of all, you forgive them. You ask forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, when you make any decision, talk to them. Make consultation with them. If you think, does Rasulullah need any consultation? He got instruction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from Jibreel. Does he need to talk to Abu Bakr, Usman or any other Sahaba? And this Sahaba is not even Abu Bakr, Usman. They are like, no, we don't even know their name. But Allah is saying no. Still, just to show that you care for them. You don't have anything in your heart against them. You go and talk to them in your next affairs. And then after that, when you decided, then you put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah loves who put his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what an important lesson, if someone made a mistake and Allah is forgiving and they are really sincerely forgiving and they are asking for, forgiveness and everything, we should forgive them and in such a way that, they shouldn't have nothing in the heart. This is how we should do it, inshallah ta'ala. And then the next Allah is saying, if Allah helps you, no one can overcome you. So Allah is saying, if I want to help you, no one can, overcome and dominate you, and if Allah forsake you, and no one can help you basically. So Allah is saying it is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in Allah the believers put their trust. So that's what Allah is saying here. The next few ayahs, the 3 ayahs, is an allegation by the munafiqun. This is a picture of the munafiqun. That some munafiqun came and they left the battle without even battle being started. You all know that almost 300 people, they came, they were under the leadership of Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, and that is the first time they are being exposed. Before Battle of Badr was only for 300 people. There's no munafiqun in Battle of Badr. The munafiq, the whole concept began after the Battle of Badr, because that time Muslim became stronger, and people started thinking, I have to accept Islam. I cannot be like pagans, but in their heart they are not Muslim. So these are the munafiqun, and in this battle they came and they ran away. And they put an allegation against Rasulullah. This prophet of Allah, as he is claiming, he is fighting for the battle of the war booty and everything. So Allah is clearing that allegation. Allah is saying it is not for any prophet to take illegally a part of the booty. So no prophet is not allowed to do this. And whosoever deceives the companion as regards to the booty, he shall bring forth the day of resurrection which he took illegally. So Allah is telling that no prophet can do like this, and anybody, not only prophet, anybody who has intention to get the booty and everything, this kind of thing, it is illegal, and they will have punishment in the day of judgment, and is then one who follows the good pleasure of Allah. So Allah is saying, if someone comes to do jihad, that is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake. And if it is not a person who has a group of people who has the feelings for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, want to do good for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are not the same like the other people, and they are in variant grace with Allah. So Allah is saying even the munafiqun has different levels. Allah is saying, and we discussed it when we discussed the Surah Al-Munafiqun, in one of the evening lecture, we told that the munafiqun also has different levels. Like the people of the believers has different levels. Some are believers, some are muhsins, some are abrar, all this kind of different level in Jannah. So these people also has different level as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning here. And now these ayahs Allah subhanahu is saying Allah has a great favor. So in this ayah, in these three ayah, Allah is saying that Allah had a favor. So and why this ayah is here basically, this ayah you have read this ayah twice in Surah Al-Baqarah. We read this ayah twice. Allah is saying that I have sent a messenger among you, from you, among you, meaning a people from Makkah, like Rasulullah was a people from Makkah, and whose job is to reciting the ayah, to purify them, to give them the read from the kitab, and also tell them the hikmah, the sunnah, and everything. So this is the same ayah exactly we read in the in Surah Al-Baqarah. This is the mission of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the four jobs, the four things that he does. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling here, because when you fight for something, sometimes you forget why are you fighting. So because, and also as I mentioned before, because of the loss of the Uhud, the Sahaba were very much demoralized, because it's the first battle, they lost so many people. So Allah is telling them, look, that is not the mission. That some people may have some feeling why you are fighting. Why you are fighting under this leadership of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we are losing our close relatives and everything. So Allah is reminding them, He is the messenger, and these are His job. His mission is not yet done yet. And what is the matter with you when a single disaster smites you? So Allah is saying that why you're so disheartened. This is nothing. This is just the starting. There's a long way to go. And as we know from the Islamic history that it is a long way to go. It's not the battle of Uhud. There after a lot of battles came, and as we went through the Sirah of Rasulullah sallallahu, they were more harder and harder. More people gathered against them and everything. And in ayah number 160, Allah is saying, what you suffered on the day of the Uhud, the two armies made was by the leave of Allah, in order to He might test the believer. So simple as the ayah says, that whatever you have went through in the battle of Uhud, it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is for the test for a believer to show that how much iman they have, how much they are following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These two ayahs is talking about the hypocrite, and Allah is exposing that he might taste the hypocrite. Allah mentioned that he must test the hypocrite. It was said to him that come fight. So this is the scene that they have been told. When these 300 people are going away, they were been told, come fight in the way of Allah and defend yourself. And they said, what did they say? They said, had you known that their fighting will take? So basically they said there won't be any fighting, because these people that are coming from Makkah, they are Quraysh. They are the relatives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So how come they will be fight? Actually, they brought us here as a trap. So their munafiqun told us that it's a plan between Meccan people and people of Muhajir who are living in Medina. They have a plan that they're going to bring the people of Medina in Battle of Uhud and they will finish it up, which is very false and everything. So Allah is saying that they just said, okay, no, there will be no fighting taking place, so that's why you are going back home. And that's what they did. And and then Allah is saying here, the one who said about their killed brethren while they themselves sat at home. So some of the munafiqun, when they went back home, and later on they said, look, we told them to come with us. If they had come with us, they wouldn't have killed in the Uhud like this. Allah is saying, no, this is not. This is their fate, this is their destiny, and they have been given reward, as we will go through the next ayahs. And these three ayah, this is the last ayah for today, Allah talked about the shaheed, the people who get martyred in the battle of the Uhud. And there are other few ayahs, but we will stop in 171. But this Allah saying that think not those who were killed in the way of Allah as dead. And if you open up Quran today and go to Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah number 154. It's a very famous ayah. The ayah after that, when they recite the Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. The ayah before that, 154. Allah said there also the same thing. They don't think people who die, they're dead. But over there, Allah didn't say actually don't think. Allah said don't say. So Allah said la taqulu. Don't say people who dead are really dead. Because why I say Allah say here and Allah say think here? Because over there there's a two comparisons. All same ayah, but the two comparison thing. Over there Allah said don't say, because it was a pre-battle commentary. It is before the battle of Badr. So before the battle nobody knew that how many people will be dead or anything. So Allah just say don't say like this. But here Allah is saying, Allah can tell them, you can see the dead bodies in front of you, but don't think that this dead body has some problem. They are alive with their Lord and they have provision. So Allah is saying they are literally alive with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they have their rizq. They rejoice in what Allah has bestowed upon them, His bounty, and rejoice for the sake of those who have not yet joined them. Meaning Allah is saying the people who are shaheed, and we have the hadith from Rasulullah in this matter that the soul of the shaheed, especially for the battle of Uhud and other shaheed, they will be in a green bird. Their soul will be in a green bird in the Jannah. They will be flying over the Jannah. And those souls will be sitting and talking to each other. And they will have a regret, and actually it's like a gladful regret. We want to. They will tell Allah, Ya Allah, let us go to dunya and tell our brothers that when you become shaheed, how much reward you get. We are so happy for these people. So once they get the reward of being shaheed and they're flying over the Jannah, they're saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, we have something in our heart. We want to go and tell our brothers who are in the dunya now, they go give your life in the sake of path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you become shaheed, this is what you're going to get, what we are getting now. So that's what Allah mentioning here. And then Allah said they rejoice in grace and bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah will not waste the reward of the believers. So Allah was talking about the shaheed in the first 3 ayah. At the end, Allah is saying Allah will not waste anything, any reward from the believers. So Allah is giving because when you read this ayah, people can think, oh, okay, only if you get shaheed in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you will get so much reward. But I don't know whether I am going to be shaheed. As you all know, the great warrior of Islam, Khalid bin Walid, right? He fought so many battles and never ever he lost. Even some scholars say in his life he never lose a battle. This battle in Uhud, he was in the other side and he didn't lost. Basically because of him, the Muslim was, had a great suffering and everything. So Khalid bin Walid is such a big warrior, and he always wished Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Allah, give me the death of the shaheed. But he was not shaheed. He was dead. He was sick in his later life, and he was dead in his bed. And he was crying before he died that, Ya Allah, so many battles. I have more than 70 wounds still in my body from the war, but I am dying as a normal death. So it's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but that thing, scholars said, Allah accepted his dua of Khalid bin Walid in a different way. Because Khalid bin Walid was given a title, Saifullah, the sword of Allah. If he was been shaheed in the battlefield, that means that Allah's sword is broken. So Allah cannot let it happen. That's why Khalid bin Walid was never given the reward or the blessings of shaheed, but he got his reward that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave in a different way, and he passed away in a normal death. So basically Allah is saying for the believers, don't think. Even if you do a little thing, your reward, your good deeds will never be wasted. You will be rewarded accordingly. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here. And jazakallahu khairan. And we'll provide the study material soon, inshallah, maybe today or tomorrow. And we'll have a test, inshallah ta'ala, the week.